Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, I'm gonna show you how to use the masking techniques we have learned so far to create texture. Okay, this is very easy to understand, very simple. The first thing we need to learn is, I'm gonna create a new layer right here in the layers panel. Just click in the new icon and I have a new layer. Now, with that new layer, let me select the brush and I'm gonna bring the flow all over to 100%. Actually, it was easier if I just click and drag on the word flow. Okay, right now I have color black selected. Let's select, how about a kind of reddish color? Okay, so I have that. And remember, you can Alt and right click and drag your mouse to control the hardness and the size of your brush, okay? So let me make it a little bit smaller. And now I'm going to show you some brushes, some very interesting brushes. I can right click and instead of picking the regular brushes, I can select texture brushes. For example, maybe I want 134, this one. I can click on that one, then right click, well actually escape, and then I can have this interesting texturing. Actually, this is used for grass, for creating grass. Or I can right click and then select another type of texturing. For example, this one. Let me make it bigger. And I can add texture like this. You see, I'm clicking. I'm not clicking and dragging. I'm making little clicks. Okay? Or I can select another one. I just right clicked and maybe pick the leaves right here, and that creates scattered leaves. Now let me undo all of that. I'm holding Control Alt and then Z to undo all of that. Oops, let me create the layer again, new layer. And now what if I want to add texture right here? Well, I think you already know how to do that. I already extracted that little part of the house, and that little part is this layer. Let me use the transform tool, and now I have this layer, right? So I can just control click on that layer, and now I can draw inside that region. Okay, let me use the brush tool. Let me make the brush smaller. Remember, Alt, right click and drag. And now let's start adding some weird texture right here. And so I could have this effect of having that part painted, okay? But for this case, I'm going to add, and let me select the brush here. Actually, I can just right click, and whenever I want, I can just press ESC to close it. Right click, and let's pick maybe this one. And I press ESC. Oh, actually, yes. No, enter, I have to press enter. And then I'm going to add oh wait, you know what? I'm actually going to add the feather. Oh, actually, this only reduces the opacity. Okay, so let me reduce the flow right here to maybe 60. No, maybe smaller. Maybe right there, 14. And I'm gonna pick black. Let's make the brush a little bit smaller. And now you can see I can add a little bit of texture right here. You see? Let me bring the flow down, maybe very small. And now I have some texture right here. You see? Let's add, let me make it smaller and add kind of a shadow around here. And now you can see I have a kind of interesting rocky texture, right? And maybe add some highlights. I'm gonna use white. Just picked white from the color panel. I could pick any color. I just click and drag and pick white and make the brush smaller. Alt and right click, remember? And let me bring the flow a little bit up and add some highlights here. You see? And now I added some texture. Okay, so that's how you add texture. Just in case you want very interesting looks, you can add texture like this very easily. All I did was select that layer. I extracted, I'm gonna hide this layer. This is another layer. I'm gonna hide it. Click on the eye. All I did was extract this part of the image, make it a mask, and draw inside it. Okay? So this is very interesting. Now you know how to add texture to your images. Okay? Very good. Now, in the next couple of lessons, I am going to show you how to create this background right here. We're gonna take a very long tutorial showing you how to create all of this. And so I'm going to show you how to import images to Photoshop, which is very, very easy, but I'm gonna show you a couple of ways. Okay? See you in the next lesson.